My friends, Muslims are warning about a Thanksgiving bloodbath here in America. And also here in America, people are going ape because Donald Trump talked about waterboarding. My name is Howard Riell, and this is Riell Truth. You're listening to the American Freedom Network, streaming live around the world at AmericanNewsNet.com and on Facebook and YouTube and Tumblr, and in the book, Riell Truth, Stay Angry, makes a great Christmas present. And of course, as always, broadcasting out across the Colorado Front Range on KHNC, Johnstown, Colorado, 1360 AM, The Lion. Our call-in number is 877-254-7524. My friends, I just had my stomach turned. I want you to know that in case I begin retching. You'll understand why. My good friend Simon just sent me a video. It's in what's written under it on Facebook is in a foreign language. Don't know what it means. Don't know what it says. I don't know where the video is taking place, but I'll tell you what's on it, and then I'll turn your stomachs. There's a raised platform. It's outdoors in a courtyard of some sort. There's a raised platform. And on this raised platform is a woman on her knees. And all around her are, I don't know, 40, 50 people hitting her with boards, rocks, pieces of masonry, cinder blocks, stomping her, beating her to death. I can only be certain of a couple of things. Number one, it's real. It's not acting. It's not a movie. It's a real thing. Number two, the people hitting her are Muslim. How do I know that? Nobody else in the world, no other group of people would be that bloodthirsty and that sadistic and that inhuman. Now, I posted it on my Facebook page. I think I did. I'm pretty sure I did. So you can watch it if you want to. I'll tell you in advance, it's not for the faint of heart. I will underscore for you, not for children to watch. It is gruesome. Now, we here in America, we are blessed with many things. One of them is horror movies, slasher movies, where you can see people being carved up and burned and all kinds of sweet stuff, and that helps explain a little bit of what's going on in America today. But when it's real, it's different. And when you watch this video, it will turn your stomach. I am no shrinking violet. I think after more than 7 years on the air, you know that I've been a journalist for a long time, a crime reporter. I am not easily fazed. And I'm telling you, it's repulsive. It's disgusting to know what human beings are capable of. And if the human animal is capable of it, there are some people who actually actualize it, who live it. And you find it in Islam. You find it in the Arab Middle East. Now, if I somehow had the power to keep it in the Arab Middle East, I would feel a little bit better. But as we speak, there are more and more Muslims being shipped into the United States of America. Over the past several months, they have been literally dropped off on street corners. They're coming from Syria. They're coming from other Arab countries. They're coming through Mexico in many cases. Obama and his people, Hillary, the Democrats, want them here because they figure, probably right, or most certainly correctly, that they will be Democratic voters in the future, and the Democrats get a lock on the government from now on. Make no mistake about what's happening here, my friends. This is a coup d'etat. This is an invasion. It's an invasion from within. We're being sabotaged from within. From the highest levels of power in this country, we're being sabotaged. And if you want to know what the future holds, well, that's easy. I can tell you what the future holds. Watch this video. Because just as there are no-go zones across Europe now, cities in France and Netherlands where police simply will not go because the Muslim population is so thick and so crazed that the police cars know if they go there, they're going to be attacked, maybe killed. Maybe the car will be set fire to, maybe the road will be blocked, maybe they'll be cut up with machetes, who knows? And so the cops won't go there anymore. That brings us back to the future of America, because that's coming too. It's coming here. Anytime the Muslim population in any country reaches a critical mass, that kind of thing begins to happen. And we have an influx of hundreds of thousands, maybe millions ultimately, of Muslims coming from backward, dark ages countries, no civilization, with ruthless hearts, who can do the kinds of things that you will see on this video. So once you've watched the video, and again, you'll see it on my Facebook page, Riell Truth Radio, you'll be sick to your stomach. Extend that courtesy to everybody you know on the internet. Post it yourself, email it to people, IM it to people. And let's get a lot of people sick to their stomachs, because that's what it takes to get people motivated. I'm always saying on this show, stay angry, because anger is a great motivator. So is queasiness, when it's queasiness over Muslim violence, and queasiness over thoughts of what the future holds for our children and their children. Compliments of Mr. Obama, Ms. Clinton, Mr. Kerry, and all the dimwits across America who thought they were doing something good when they voted for Barack Obama, and who are salivating at the chance to vote for Hillary Clinton. They are enablers of terrorism. They are fools. They are the guy at the other end of the rowboat drilling a hole in the bottom, telling you you have no right to tell him what to do on his half of the boat. That's what we've got. This is not the introduction I was planning for the show today, but I got to tell you, you watch a video like that, and it just changes things. It brings things into a frighteningly sharp focus. No more room for blather, no more campaign rhetoric. Things get real simple when you see someone butchered before your eyes. That's why I carry on so much and so loud here on the show and on Facebook and in person about the dangers of Islam, because the danger is coming closer. No snappy comments. We'll take a break, and then we'll get to the news. You're listening to Riell Truth, my friends. Do indeed go to my Facebook page and watch that video. Make sure you eat afterwards, not before. We'll be back.
We all know that our government is out of control. Who are the people in it? How can we, the people, bring it back to the people's service, not the people's masters? Liberty and the freedom riders say officials in government must be made accountable for their actions. AccountabilityRevolution.com is the place to go to learn how you can actually make that happen. Become their judges, not their slaves. AccountabilityRevolution.com. Rehabilitation and Nursing Center of the Rockies reminds everyone the chance of involvement in an auto accident rises dramatically with the consumption of alcohol or use of drugs. Please think before you drive. Don't let drugs or alcohol ruin your life or take the lives of others. You are responsible for your own safety as well as the safety of those around you. This message from Rehabilitation and Nursing Center of the Rockies. For information on their services, call 970-484-7981. Beloved, do not believe every spirit, but test the spirit with an act of God, because many false prophets have gone into the world. By this you will know the Spirit of God. Every spirit that confesses that Yeshua, Jesus, has come in the flesh is of God, and every spirit that does not confess that Yeshua, Jesus, has come in the flesh is not of God. And this is the spirit of Antichrist, which you have already heard was coming and is now already in the world. 1 John 4:1. Article 4. The right of the people to be secure in their persons, houses, papers, and effects against unreasonable searches and seizures shall not be violated, and no warrant shall be issued but upon probable cause, supported by oath or affirmation, and particularly describing the places to be searched and the persons or things to be seized.
And we're back. The name is Howard Riell. The name of the show is Riell Truth. This is a video I've played before on the show. Ann Corcoran. She's coming via the Center for Security Policy. You can find it securefreedom.org. She's talking about refugee resettlement. And what she says is sufficiently shocking that I wanted to bring it back on the show. You'll find it again on my Facebook page, Riell Truth Radio. Listen up.
It's been over 7 years since a church group from another state brought a couple hundred refugees to the rural county where I live. I wanted to know, how did they do this? What was the fundamental process that allowed the resettlement of refugees to a county ill prepared for civilians? Important opportunity for parents. The health department is not familiar with services and mental health problems of people who came from parts of the village area. The school system is not prepared to teach large numbers of students who cannot speak English. Are coming from countries with large numbers of people who hate us, including Somalia, Afghanistan, Iraq, and soon from Syria, just to name a few. The U.S. State Department then distributes the refugees to 9 major federal contractors, 6 of which are so-called religious charities, but all are largely funded from the U.S. Treasury. They're not passing the plate on Sundays for the $1 billion price tag for the resettlement. And that figure does not include the extensive welfare benefits refugees receive. The refugees are then sent to over 190 cities and towns in the U.S. where the 9 major contractors support 350 subcontractors. The refugees receive help from a subcontractor for up to 6 months, and the subcontractor then submits paperwork to admit the relatives for the first week. As the years have passed, I've become increasingly alarmed by the percentage of problematic Muslim refugees admitted and distributed around the U.S. through this program. By the way, the refugee resettlement program is not the only one used for legally admitting Muslims, but it is one of the most important. Many are forming cities within cities. Perhaps you know one where you live, where mosques are being built to consolidate, train, and promote a growing American Muslim population and its Islamic supremacist doctrine called Sharia. This process of Muslim colonization is called the Hijra. Muhammad told his followers to migrate and spread Islam in order to dominate all the lands of the world. He said they were obliged to do so, and that's exactly what they were doing now with the help and support of the UN, the U.S. State Department, and the Christian and Jewish groups assigned to see them throughout the country. Your tax dollars pay for it all. I've written this whole book, Refugee Resettlement and the Hijra to America, so that you and your others have no choice, and what we can do about it. We only need to look toward troubled Europe to see the path ahead for America if we can't stop this immigration and stop it soon. There's no reason on earth that we should require over 100,000 Somalis and another 100,000 Iraqi Muslims to America. Soon we will be resettling Syrian Muslims in large numbers. The UN at the moment has over 10,000 in the pipeline destined for our towns. The FBI told the Congress recently that they cannot be properly screened. If we don't help counter the Hijra, we are, in my opinion, doomed. Over time, this migration will be more devastating to your children and grandchildren and to our country than any terrorist attack could ever be. Learn more at Refugee Resettlement Watch at securefreedom.org.
Now listen, my friends, I don't want you to think that you have to do anything. Don't think that you have to get active and you have to take action and you have to stop this insane resettlement of Muslims in this country. You don't have to do anything. But then you lose the ability to complain if, say, I don't know, your little girl is gang raped, or your little boy has his throat slit at a bus stop, or what? Your mother is beaten to a pulp so she dies on the sidewalk. But you don't have to do anything if you don't want to. Well, why should you when there's so much good stuff to watch on TV? Item from yournewswire.com. A Russian Foreign Intelligence Service report warns that America may face a potential Thanksgiving bloodbath during the holiday period network at the hands of ISIS. According to SVR intelligence analysts, the Federation issued a November 12 warning bulletin to the French General Directorate for External Security that a terror attack was about to take place, a warning that was shamefully ignored. Causing the extraordinary warning to be issued by the SVR to the GGSE, this report explains, was the tracking of movement and communication of Islamic State terrorists known to be planning attacks, 4 of whom were secretly transported from Syria to the Incirlik Air Base in Turkey, where they boarded a U.S. Army cargo flight bound for Joint Base Andrews located near Washington, D.C. Authorizing the transport of these Islamic State terrorists to America, this report continues, was U.S. Army Lieutenant General Ron Lewis, who, aside from being the top Pentagon aide to Defense Secretary Ashton Carter, had also been the main liaison between the Pentagon and France last week for a massive terror exercise that took place the morning of the Friday the 13th Paris massacre. Unquote. Reuters. Donald Trump's presidential campaign warned the Republican Party on Tuesday about donors pooling funds for attack ads, saying Republicans must treat him fairly if they want to keep him from launching an independent bid. Trump lawyer Michael Cohen told CNN if Republican donors backing different presidential candidates came together for an anti-Trump advertising campaign, it would be a, quote, bad decision. The super PAC planning... Stop right there! Stop! My friends, people still call it conspiracy theory if you say that both parties are working together. What, are you crazy? Are you one of those conspiracy nuts? Look and learn. Donald Trump has captured the imagination of the American people like no other candidate since Ronald Reagan. Any political party, either political party, would be delighted to have a presidential candidate capture America's imagination the way Donald Trump has, and yet the Republicans want to put a stake through his heart and end his candidacy. They're going to be attacking Donald Trump so vociferously that by the time the election rolls around, people are going to vote, God forbid, for Hillary Clinton. And you're going to tell me the two parties don't work together? They do. And it's shameful. And if a majority of Americans, or at least the plurality of Americans, favor Trump, and he is far and away the leader of the GOP pack, then who the hell is the GOP establishment to say to the American people, no, you cannot have the candidate you want. You can only have the candidate we want. That sounds to me an awful lot like the end of democracy in America. Item from thedailywire.com. Senator Ted Cruz, Republican, Texas, said on Thursday he would ensure that men would not be allowed to go into women's bathrooms if he were elected president. Stop! My friends, little thought experiment. Go back to the great presidents of yesteryear. Go back to George Washington. Go to Abraham Lincoln. Go to FDR. Go to Eisenhower. Can you imagine any of them making an announcement that henceforth, if it's up to him, men will use the men's room and women will use the women's room? It is sheer lunacy. It's lunacy where we've come in this country. I saw this item involving Ted Cruz earlier this morning. I guarantee you that by now there are organizations forming to protest Ted Cruz for being what? Anti-transgender, a homophobe. They'll probably throw race in there somewhere. Why not? They're probably getting ready to vilify Ted Cruz because he says boys should use the boys' room, ladies should use the ladies' room. Do you begin to understand why I tell you America has plunged to horrifying depths? We don't think anything is right or wrong anymore. It's all a matter of opinion. There's no black and white. Men's room? Why shouldn't women use the men's room? Bruce Jenner, Woman of the Year, he's a man. It doesn't matter. You know, there's an expression in Hebrew, comes straight out of the Torah. It's in Genesis. Tohu vavohu. It refers to the inchoate mass that was the universe before God formed it into solid matter. It's confusion, it's chaos, it's nothingness. That's what we're descending to. We're becoming nothing. Let's continue. Item from the Daily Wire. Donald Trump's latest comments about Muslims celebrating 9/11 on American soil has the media's knickers in a twist, as always. Trump routinely says in tweets, unverified or plainly wrong information. I take issue with that. But the media's pathological inability to avoid overreaching to slap at him makes a hero of him for his constituents. Over the weekend, Trump said at a rally, quote, I watched when the World Trade Center came tumbling down, and I watched in New Jersey, Jersey City, where thousands and thousands of people were cheering as that building was coming down. Thousands of people were cheering, unquote. Now, my friends, liberals are foaming at the mouth. How could Donald Trump say such a thing? It happened. It happened. I read widespread reports of Muslims in New Jersey specifically going up on roofs of buildings and cheering, dancing in the streets, handing out candy. Trump's not making this up. It's true. But for the simpletons who vote liberal, true, right, wrong, false, it doesn't mean anything. These are people who believe what they want to believe. And so if they say it's a lie, well, it must be a lie because they said it. And if these people carry the day in the next presidential election, then we have reached what a lot of people like to refer to as the apocalypse. Because America will just break apart. Like the continents broke apart millennia, eons ago. America's already coming apart. And if, God forbid, Hillary Clinton should ever get close to the presidency, it is all done. Item also from the Daily Wire. In the land of loony leftist college and university campuses where trigger warnings, safe spaces, and free speech zones are all vital to the attendees and their liberal professors, cultural appropriation has led to yoga classes being suspended. The Independent reports that the Ottawa Student Federation from the University of Ottawa in Canada has successfully canceled free yoga classes given at the Center for Students with Disabilities on campus because of, quote, cultural appropriation. While yoga is a really great idea and accessible and great for students, there are cultural issues of implication involved in the practice. Yoga has been under a lot of controversy lately due to how it's being practiced, said the email written by the Ottawa Students Federation. The Student Federation goes on to explain how harmful it is that free yoga classes appropriated elements from cultures which, quote, have experienced oppression, cultural genocide, and diasporas due to colonialism and Western supremacy. We need to be mindful of this and how we express ourselves while practicing yoga, unquote. So, my friends, I have no idea what this means. I'm guessing that it means yoga comes from the Far East, and the Western powers have somehow been colonialistic in the Far East, and so we've lost the right to practice yoga? Here's a better idea. All the students who were involved in this protest, I think that if they really want to make a powerful protest, they should hurl themselves off the roofs of buildings at their school. Can you imagine the message that would send to the media if 10, 20, 50 so liberal you can die students who don't know their asses from a hole in the ground, whose minds have been warped by liberal propaganda, liberal professors, if they were to hurl themselves out of windows, what a statement it would make. No, I don't really want them to do it, but I want them to think about it. We'll be back.
are saying. Officials in government must be made accountable for their actions. AccountabilityRevolution.com is the place to go to learn how you can actually make that happen. Become their judges, not their slaves. AccountabilityRevolution.com. Rehabilitation and Nursing Center of the Rockies reminds everyone the chance of involvement in an auto accident rises dramatically with the consumption of alcohol or use of drugs. Please think before you drive. Don't let drugs or alcohol ruin your life or take the lives of others. You are responsible for your own safety as well as the safety of those around you. This message from Rehabilitation and Nursing Center of the Rockies. For information on their services, call 970-484-7981.
Great Plains Power has been providing reliable electrical power systems in the Rocky Mountain area since 1992. Our systems rely on the sun to help make you self-reliant for your power needs. Solar energy can be scaled to fit any situation, from complete power independence to backup power for the short term. Our expertise focuses on standalone power, but we have extensive experience with utility interactive systems as well. Custom catered capabilities as modest as emergency lighting all the way to commercial scale power. Great Plains Power is a full service company. We service everything we sell. We provide and design turnkey packages, custom design system, and parts for do-it-yourself. With more than 20 years of specialized experience at your disposal, let us know what your power concerns or goals are. Reach us by phone or the internet. Call 303-239-9963. That's 303-239-9963. Or go to GreatPlainsSolar.com.
No state shall enter into any treaty, alliance, or confederation, grant letters of marque or reprisal, coin money, emit bills of credit, make anything but gold and silver coin a tender in payment of debts, pass any bill of attainder, ex post facto, or will impairing the obligation of contracts, or grant any title of nobility. Article 1, Section 10.
And the Word became flesh and dwelt among us, and we beheld his glory, the glory as of the only begotten of the Father, full of grace and truth. John bore witness of him and cried out, saying, This was he of whom I said, He who comes after me is preferred before me, for he was before me. The Gospel of John, chapter 1, verse 14 and 15.
Riell Truth marches on. Howard Riell. The show is called Riell Truth. Dinesh D'Souza, you know that name? A conservative thinker, writer, filmmaker. He was persecuted by the Obama administration, sent to jail. He's still got problems. He made a movie called 2016. In it, he talks about why Obama feels the need to take down America, to destroy, to cripple America. Here's a video clip with Dinesh D'Souza talking about his film and talking about your commander-in-chief. Here we go.
In the film 2016,
All right, guys, I'm going to stop it there. None of your complaints. I'm stopping it there. Very simple. Go to the Facebook page, Riell Truth Radio. You can watch the entire video there. The bottom line is this. Dinesh D'Souza, much brighter than I am, says exactly what I say, that Barack Obama is intentionally damaging, crippling America because he hates America. Anybody with half a brain knew that. Of course, liberals don't know that. We'll take a break. We'll be back.
Hey folks, have you ever thought about having your own backyard chicken?
All right, guys, video's all done. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye-bye.